Hello, who's there? Hello, who's there? Hello, who's there? Hello, who's there? Whoa, hang on. Whoa, hang on. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, boo. Hi there, welcome back. So how are you today? Oh dear. How are you feeling? Hang on. Oh, so wow. In this video... Stop. There. Oh, what is it with this today? Okay. Hang on, just having some technical difficulties. No, I don't want that. How do I close that? Get out of that. No, I don't want that either. Oh dear. Okay, hang on. Back to me. It was working okay. All right. Hey! Hi, Kath. I was just about to get my microphone on. There we are. Oh, no. I hope she's okay. What happened? Let's see if there's any more conversation that I can't see. Is there more and I missed it? No. Let's see if I can get rid of that. Oh, no. What does she have? What are her symptoms? Kath? Your granddaughter. Actually, can you hear me? She has been in over a week. I've just set up the microphone. Hi, Marcel. Yes. Okay, good. So is it stomach problems or is it is it no sound? Hang on. Pink eye. Oh. All right, hang on. All right, what about now, Marcel? Can you hear it now? Yes. You heard me both times, with the microphone and without. So if I move into a meditation today, can't hear you. Try unmuting maybe. You might have mute on the video. I'll see if I can write down here. Hang on. There you go. Yes. Okay, I might plug back in then. Hang on. Let's see. When I... Oh, from the inside out. Okay. Can you hear me now with the microphone? Because the last few times when I go into doing meditations, however it leads to a meditation in the live sessions, I get too soft because I get in the flow and I don't realize, and then people can't hear me. So I've actually got a special microphone that's just for when I'm either doing meditations or I'm here in the live streams, because somehow they always lead to... Oh, wow. In the same day, poor love. How old is she, Kath? How old is your granddaughter? 18. And what is her name? India. Oh, how beautiful. So if it's okay with you today, when we do our meditation later, today for some reason, the past week or so, my mum's been coming in and out of my awareness the whole week. So I don't know if she's thinking of me and that's where I'm getting flooded with all these visions and images of my mum. But I was really feeling guided today to do our beautiful meditation that we do and to call in Mother Mary, if everyone was happy with that today. And in that moment that we call her in, if it's okay with you, we can ask for Mother Mary to be with India Rose and assist the doctors that are working on her in finding the answers, but only if you give permission for that. So while I have you guys here today, the other thing I wanted to say, it's been a few weeks now. For those of you who are here assisting me with these beautiful live streams, I wanted to thank you more than just with words. Okay, it's not really Reiki, but okay, it's fine. Reiki is when we go in and we work with all the individual chakras. There is a meditation that I've put, the one that talks about doing all the 7 chakras, that is Reiki. And what we do there, we just flood each chakra with God energy, if you like. Today's really a meditation. For me, it was more about calling in motherly love for those of us who really, really need it at the moment. Motherly, unconditional love of a mother, you know, that only Mother Mary can bring. But it is in having my beautiful spirit team here once we call in all the angels and we have Mother Mary present. Once they are all in, Kath, feel in your heart, and even if you don't send anyone, just have the intention of asking in that moment for assistance, guidance for the doctors. So we're not so much asking for healing in her, if you like, but we're asking for guidance and assistance for those around her who are trying to heal her. So it's more for the adults around her that are working on her to find the answers that she may be healed. So yeah, pray. It's like praying. That's right. It's another form of prayer. That's all right. So, oh, I got off topic. So while I had you all here, my way of thank you for those of you who have assisted me on these beautiful live streams was to offer each of you a Reiki session, a one-on-one Reiki session, that you may find out what is happening with your energy, if there is anything trapped, if there is any information that my spirit team would like to pass on to you for you to be aware of what is happening with your energy. It is up to you if you wish to accept this gift. I've been doing Reiki now for over 2 years, and I always seem to find highly spiritual beings to work with. Up until now, I haven't charged for Reiki, but I have enough experience. So I'm not worried about that, you know, charging or not charging. But I just felt in my heart that for the people that are here each week and that are assisting me in learning how to do all of this, because the live streams for me are quite new. I haven't done them before. And so, you know, I fumble through at the beginning in some of them. I've had to learn to get a microphone so that I don't fade out when I start doing meditations or things like that. So that's all feedback that I've received from this beautiful group. So in gratitude, if any of you here today wish to receive a Reiki session, remember it's only healing if that is your intention. If you have watched the Reiki video that I've created, you're the one that's always in charge. You're the one that decides. Yeah, I like it because it's more interactive. I don't feel like I'm talking to, you know, when I sit to create a video, I always imagine, hey, Hello. Hi, Victor. And hello. What's your wife's name? So at least I can say hello to both of you. So, say hola to your beautiful esposa. So, where was I? Yes. Reiki is only healing if that is your intention when we start the session. If there is something that you really want to work on in your body, something that you feel needs healing, then you can use the Reiki session for that. Because what happens is when we do the Reiki session is that I have called in the energy, God, spirit, life, whatever you want to call it, is present. As soon as I open that channel of Reiki, it's all present for you. So you can tap into all of that and you can call in whatever you need for whatever you want, It's really up to you. What I have seen in the Reiki sessions is what people have decided that they want for that session. I never allocate. In the beginning, I remember doing a few for my mother-in-law, and she was having heart problems. And so I would ask Archangel Raphael, I would ask Mother Mary and Jesus, the three of them, to stand. Yes, to stand in her heart area and to give healing to that area. And I did watch all three of them stand there, and I could see energy coming out of their hands towards her beautiful heart. But as I did more and more sessions, I understood that each of us has a spiritual path that we're here to walk. We have our own journey, And so I trust now when I call them in, I don't have any intention. I just allow that person to decide what it is that they want, what it is that they need for themselves in that moment. And as I observe what happens with their energy later, I'm able to give them feedback. That, this is trapped in your throat, or this is the message I got when we got to your heart area, or all of that. You'll see if you decide to receive the free Reiki session as my thank you to you for being here each week and allowing me to practice and improve each week. Hola! Hello! So, yes, you will see when you get the report back that you'll see what it's all about, all the information that you get back. So, it's there for you. If you want to, all you have to do is send me an email and say yes, I'm happy to receive one, and then we just go from there. No, it's not on either. It's distance healing. So what happens is on the day, it's good questions, both good questions. I don't need to have you face to face, because what happens is when I channel it in, when we do our meditations here, usually goes for about 45 minutes, Lucy. Yeah. So if any of you feel that you want information about what's going on with your energy, about what's being stored inside of you, just send me an email. So what happens is on the day, we'll organize a day and a time that suits you. And on that day, you can be present for it or not. I've had sessions where the person wasn't, they forgot, but I was practicing. It was the early days when I was practicing. And I can still see work being done, because each of us still has an intention of what we want, of what we need within ourselves. So I still see angels go over and do something with them, even if they're not present. But for me, ideally, yes, it could be. Marcel, it could be. I know for me this week I've had a lot of stuff coming up for me in different areas. Mine's mostly the digestive system. For me, that's where I have all my problems, my stored trauma, if you like. And a lot has been coming up in the last few weeks, because I keep going in and I keep asking and I just allow. I know that when the time is right, the information will come up and it will just be, what it needs to be. If the information doesn't come up for me right now, it's because I'm not ready for it yet. That's usually how I see it. If it comes, great. It's a weight off. Like this week, a huge weight has been taken off, and I wanted to share that as well. But what happens is, so I was getting back to Kath, old stuff coming up. Yes, but it's old stuff. It's coming up to be released. It's for us to let go, you know. And sometimes the same thing will come around again and again as we evolve, and we see it through different eyes as well. It's really beautiful how it works. We get to see a different side of it that we couldn't see before because we were in lower densities, you know, lower vibrations when you're looking at things. But what happens is, usually I like to organize a day and a time. And I like to know that when I say for example, we book Monday at 12 p.m. my time, and we'll work out what that time is for you. Say for you it's 6 in the afternoon, and that's ideal for us, okay? I'll be here at 12 doing the Reiki, and you'll be there at 6 p.m. What I ask for, if you can be present, is the best. In that moment for you to lie down, or maybe not lie down, you can. But a lot of people fall asleep. They find once the energy starts coming through that they just get knocked out. And that's happened to me quite a few times when the energy is intense coming through, you know, like it's real pure God energy coming through. And I just knock out. So if you can be in a position where you're really comfortable, but possibly not fall asleep would be ideal. If you fall asleep, then that's fine. But what I like is that for you to be aware, to be present in that moment, that this is what we're asking for. We're inviting God and the angels in. I have my own spirit team here that gives me all the information. I get the visions of what's going on. But for many people, when they're in the session and that God energy is coming in, I love you guys. So when that God energy is coming in, I want you to be present, because in that moment you may be receiving your own information, your own download for yourself, for your journey, for your soul's journey. So this happens a lot as we send messages backwards and forwards later. You'll see that a lot of what you see will be confirmed from what I see, hear messages that you receive. Sometimes you'll receive a part of the message, and the rest of the message will come later when I send you the record, you know, the report of what happened, what I saw. So for me, it's always better if the person is present, but I don't need to be seeing you, because as long as I have a picture of you, usually what I ask for is just a photo of what you look like now, that I can have a visual of you. And as soon as I go in, I see you straight away. I already have you there. So I don't really need to have you on Facebook, because I'm not speaking at all while I do the session. It's all internal. It's all internal dialogue that I have with the angels and with God. I'm not even speaking out loud here when I'm doing the session. So you would be sitting there for 45 minutes on Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp or whatever, and there would be nothing. I would just have my eyes closed and I would be like, okay, download. What's going on with this person? Desiree, is that correct? Desiree, is that how I say it? Well, say hi to Desiree for me then. So that's how distance healings work. Because when I first started, I was the same. Do I have to be face to face? But then I realized most of the time I'm not even saying anything. And for the most part, if I want a real full, report of what's going on, I usually have my eyes closed, because I don't want to be distracted by what's going on around me either. I just want to be completely in that moment, completely present with no distractions. So as long as I have you visually in my mind, because I've seen a photo of you and I have your full name, because when I go in, I always say that this session is for, say it's for me, I would say it's for Hollie Belle. So yes, just send me an email, and in the email, send me a photo. Yeah. So that I have you present. I find that the downloads are so much stronger when I have a visual of the person. I've done both. I've done sessions where I don't have a picture of the person, but I feel like I'm going in blind with just a name. I don't know. I'm very visual. The visions I get are so strong. And so, I prefer to have a recent photo, that I have a strong, vision of this person in front of me, and I can see everything that's happening with this person. In some sessions, I've had beautiful beings come in. There was one gorgeous man I did a session for in America, and he had the most exquisite angelic energy. It was just pure white, and there were no blockages. He was the second person I saw that looked like that. where I could see the energy flowing completely. There was just nothing in the way of his flow, if you will. And when I went to do his session, there was this beautiful being standing at his head. Because I usually see them lying down. I don't know why. It's usually how they appear in my vision. The person, whether you're lying down or not, I usually see you lying down anyway. But I have a clear vision of your face so that I'm there with you. And then in this beautiful session, oh no, that's no good. In this beautiful session, there was a female presence in a hooded cloak that wasn't revealing her face. And she appeared as soon as I opened up the session and I said his name, that this session was for him. And I saw her standing at his head, and it was the first time I'd seen a being present in a session, you know, that I didn't recognize, that I hadn't called in. I've called in Mother Mary and I've seen her go over to the person. I've called in Jesus and seen him go over to the person. I've seen Archangel Rafail stand with people and do healings with them. Actual healings. I could see where he's working. I've had sessions. Who else has gone in? Archangel Michael, I think, has gone in a couple of times. And that was it. But he was the first one where there was a being that I just did not recognize at all. Oh, maybe you can listen to the replay again then later, Victor, if it, you know, you can always come back to it. In the timestamp underneath, I usually put in what we're talking about now. So the first whatever minutes that I had to set up, I'll mark that so you don't have to watch me setting up the chair and the computer and everything. Today I was fumbling with the computer, decided to do all sorts of funny things. When I went into this session with this beautiful man and his gorgeous energy, which I saw instantly, I saw this being and I instantly stood back and waited to see what was happening. You know, I always wait. And then I asked for permission. I asked this being, you know, he gave me permission to do this Reiki session. And so I said to them, is it okay to proceed? And she nodded. But I felt she was protecting him. You know, that's the sense I got at the time. And funny enough, a few months later, one of my beautiful Reiki master friends from South Australia offered to do a session on this lovely man as well. And he saw the same thing. And so later we were like, oh my God, it wasn't just me. You saw him too. You saw her too. You know, it's like, so, because later he came to me and he said, you've done a session on this person. I don't want to give names, you know, so I don't want to give away the privacy. And I said, yes. And he said to me, did you see this hooded woman? He said, and I couldn't see her face. She wouldn't reveal her face. And I said to him, yes, I did. You know, we were both so excited that we both saw her. So it was this lovely confirmation, you know, because I think for him, he had never seen either. It was the first time he was seeing a being that we didn't recognize. You know, it wasn't someone that we worked with in our team. And she was there. You know, it was just such a lovely moment to know that we have beings that will come in to protect us. You know, maybe he said yes to the session, but he wasn't 100% sure, you know, at the time. And so she came in to stand with him to make sure, you know, that yes, this is going to be okay. We're not, you know, they're not doing anything funny with our energy here because this is really gorgeous energy. We don't want this messed up, you know. So it was a really lovely moment. I've also had sessions where I've gone in and I haven't been permitted access at all, you know. So I read that as two different things. He doesn't know either, Kath, because after I asked him, I said to him, I described her to him and I said, do you know who could, you know, who this could be? Do you know who it is? Did you call her in? And he said, no. And then he was just racking his brain, you know, like, who is this person? He doesn't know who she is. So for me, the way I see it is that he is a very important being here on earth, like an angelic being. I've seen many with this beautiful angelic energy. And I feel that they're here to do specific work. And that's why they're protected. So that's how I saw it, you know. My beautiful friend Rafail in South Australia had exactly the same energy. And when I called in my beautiful team, Yes, it was amazing. We had Archangel Raphael went and stood at his head and did a healing, because that day he was having a light worker, perhaps. Yes, here for that sort of work. Yes, I imagine. So yeah, with Raphael, he has a strong resonance with Archangel Raphael. So as soon as I called in my team and I saw him lying there, whoosh, off he went. And he stood at his head and he did the whole session. I'm not sure if he has stepped into his shoes yet, if you know what I mean. If he's found what it is. He does do a lot of work in regards to assisting people with, he does do sound healing and things like that. And the audios that he has created, which again, I don't even know, I don't think he knows how powerful they are. But I've had incredible breakthroughs just meditating and listening to the audios that he creates. That when we first met, he was sharing them online, just giving them out. And in return, I sent him some of my books. Like, we were like exchanging, if you like. I was giving him my books and he was giving me his beautiful audios. So, but I've had incredible breakthroughs, on a subconscious level of things coming up to be released. Just listening to these gorgeous audios. So he does have talents, but I'm not sure if he's working in what he's meant to be doing, if you know what I mean, if that makes any sense at all. There's only one particular being that I'm guiding at the moment. She has this incredible voice, like nothing I've ever heard before. And I remember a few times she can kind of sense when I'm not in a good space, if you like, when I'm going through really dark stuff that I'm trying to work through. Not dark isn't the word, but she can kind of sense my energy when it's off, when it's not like, I normally am. And she'll call out of the blue. And one day I was such a mess. This was like 2 years ago. I was such a mess. And I remember her calling, and then she started singing. She just started singing with no words. I don't know what she did. But her voice is like this healing instrument all on its own. And since then, I keep seeing her working in retreats and doing this healing work just with her voice, just singing. There's just something amazing about it. Out of alignment. Thank you. That's the word exactly. When I'm out of alignment. That's it. Thanks, Victor. So there's been a few times she'll call up and she'll start doing her singing thing. She just picks a note and starts randomly singing notes like a la la. I don't know what she does. I can't do it. But that's her talent. That's her gift. And she's just amazing. And it's only been in the last few weeks. She wasn't well, and it was her throat again. She keeps getting these throat problems where she lots of coughing, sore throat, this sort of area. And she asked me to do a Reiki session for her. And that's what came up. My angels kept saying to me, she's doing work at the moment for money, to get paid, to pay the bills, but it's not what she's here for. And that's why she keeps having all these problems. She's not living her life purpose, So your body will keep trying to tell you, dude, you're not living your life purpose. Stop going in that direction. We're supposed to be going that way. I've given you all these gifts, all these talents. What are you doing? What are you doing that for? That's not what we're here for. And so your body will many times shut down. Things won't work, deliberately, because your body itself, spirit is using your body to slow you down, to tell you, no, this is not the way for you. This is not your life purpose. You were given gifts. You were given all this beautiful information to share. Go share. Go. Use what I gave you. The other thing that's been coming through a lot this week, I've been thinking of Spirit, of God, And if we think of God as this beautiful unconditional love, and He has given us these beautiful gifts, these beautiful talents. Why would he want us to be struggling financially? Why would he not want us to use he, she, whatever you want to call it, this beautiful universal life force energy? Why would it not want us to do this work and be comfortable? You know, as spiritual beings, you know, there's all this, the word money has been tarnished so much. You will catch the spiritual flu, that's right. It's so true, Victor. It is, and it's just a redirect. It's like, no, we're trying to get you to go that way. That way. Stop going that way. Stop following the crowd. We didn't put you here to follow the crowd. We put you here to do that. You know, that was the gift you were given, was to do that. So go do that, you know. But all of this information has been coming up this week about, you know, the negative conditioning we have around the word money, just like the negative conditioning I had for so long around the word God. You know, I couldn't use the word God until I was about 48 years old. Since childhood, since I had to go to church and I had to put up with all the stuff they taught us in church, all that conditioning around money and around God, the two, I was almost in my 50s before I was able to say the word God. I just had this real rejection for it because every time it came up, there was all this ugh that came up with it. Like, ugh. All this remembering that we were taught we were separate. All this remembering that we were unworthy, you know, to be in the presence of God, of our Creator. All of that. And money's the same. There's so much negative conditioning around it that we can't just see it as a simple exchange for our services, for our gifts that we were given. So that's been coming up a lot this week. Literally up against the wall because your back is stuffed at the moment. The choice is obvious. Yes. Having the weight of the world on your shoulders. Carrying that weight for how long? Yeah. That's it. All of it is a sign. All of it is telling us. It's guiding us. Whether it's your body, whether it's your spirit guides. Your neighbor might come over and say something. And you'll be like, what? And then later go, oh, okay, it's a sign. I'm supposed to be doing that, not that. It could be anything. You know, when I first moved into this house, I had this rivalry with my neighbor over our dogs barking. She was constantly coming over and knocking on the door and yelling at us about our dogs barking. And it took a long time before I realized that all of that, this neighbor coming to knock on my door was just showing me where I was at. Because every time she did that, I would get angry. But she was coming over on purpose to show me that I was angry. It had nothing to do with the dogs and everything to do with my energy. She was trying to point me to my energy, where my energy was at. Because for so long, I was so angry. And so things come up to show you you're angry. This is what you are being. This is your energetic state. It was never about the dogs, because we're best friends now. And, you know, we've been here in this house now for 20 years. And she's been next door. I think she lived there a few years before us. She's been there nearly 30 years. So, you know, after all that, we've made our peace and we're really good friends. But somewhere along the line, I realized that all of that was about the state that I was in. Not receptive to the guidance. That's right. That's right. That's true. You should be up here, Victor. You do the talks and I'll do the listening. You're amazing. What do you do for work? What is your work, Victor? I'm interested. to know what it is you do. Or what gifts? Do you know what gifts you have? Because the information you usually provide is the sort of stuff I get directly from my angels when I'm talking to others or responding to others, or there's just the wisdom that comes through your words. Okay, so remember, if you guys want a Reiki session, there's no charge. It's my thank you for you guys being here each week. Send me an email. In the description, my email is always in the description, so you can't miss it. It's hollie@holliebelle.com. And if you can, upload a photo so I have you clear. Let me know what days and times as well suit you, and where you are in the world, because I'm in Australia. I'm in Sydney, Australia. So I'm going to have to work out. Yes. And if you guys want to do it in this next week, would be great, because I still have my little creatures still at school, so I have more time during the week. Empath. Yes, I see that. And clairaudient. Nice. Let me know in the email. Eastern USA. So what time is it there, Marcel? What is Eastern USA exactly? What sort of states are we looking at? I'm not that familiar with USA. I mean, I know it, and I know some of the states, but I don't know what's in the east or what's in 9 p.m. It's not too bad. Not too bad. 1:11 on mine. Nice. Tennessee. Okay, that makes more sense. Do we fill out a form? If you're doing the free one, you don't need to. That would be that's a good question, Kath. I do have a form if you want to fill it out. Maybe let me know in the email if you have any health issues that I should be aware of. That would be the one thing that shows up the most in New Jersey. Nice. So yeah, if you have any health issues you're worried about, let me know. Remember as well that through a Reiki session, there may be energy shifting. Florida. Same time for Lucy. Nice. New Jersey and New York? No. New Florida. Missouri. Well, there you go. So yes, if you were signing up and paying for a session, there is a form. If you feel more comfortable filling out the form, I'll send you the form. I don't really care. It's in an email. So same for Victor. Up to you. If you want to do the form, it's quite extensive. It goes through everything, and you even have little pictures of bodies so that you can, mark on there what parts of the body you want to focus on, but then you can write that in the email as well. What else is there? Yes, you do know it's not a substitute for a doctor, all of that. That's, really important to keep that in mind. If our physical body needs attention, it needs a doctor. Just a headshot? What does that mean? Oh, yes, of the photo. Yeah, I just need the head. You wrote headshot, and I was thinking shooting, and I'm thinking, what? Okay, no, yes, of the photo of your face. Just the face is all I need. Yeah? And, yes, and we can do that. I'm more than happy to send you guys off the form via the email if you want to do that as well. I have that ready. It's all ready to go. Yeah, I'm sorry. 7. Oh, you got a good time. Yes, it is. We have the ability to heal ourselves. We do. And, Reiki does open that possibility up for us. It does. If you're open to that in that moment, if you believe in it so fully that all this energy is coming in from God and it can be done in that moment, it can be done. We also have to understand that many times a disease or something, a sore throat, coughing, a flu, a sore back, is there for a reason. It's trying to tell us something. So we need to try and get the information out of that. That's what the beauty of these Reiki sessions is. Many times I get that information and I pass it on. Oh dear, 2 months ago. Yeah. Oh, my husband's had that. He had a bike accident when he was quite young on a motorbike, and he ended up in a hospital in traction for a month because he just landed on his back. And he's the same. He can't go to a chiropractor. It leaves him worse. He comes back home all, he can't walk. So he's given up on that. He just knows to rest it, and then it'll do its thing. But yeah. Are there any questions? Is there anything you guys want to know? You've been really good today. It's been lots of questions. Two months ago. Nice. Oh, there you go. Double whammy. Chiropractor and Reiki. So what you can't do with one, she can do with the other. Melbourne, I'm not sure if it's the same time as Sydney. Sydney time is, what is the time? Hang on, let me have a look here. 1:15. But Melbourne might be 2:15. Or I don't know if they're an hour behind or an hour. I think they're an hour behind. That'd be 12:15, I think. I'm not sure. So, yeah, we're in Sydney here, and it's so hot. I found it hard to put my makeup on today because I feel like I'm melting. So, yes, yes, 1:15 here in Sydney. That's right. That's where we're at. Oh, it's wonderful. Thank you. I had a huge release this week. Desiree, is she there so that I can talk directly to her? So you probably feel my energy is different today than usual, even though I woke up today and everything that could go wrong went wrong. It was just one of those mornings. But something shifted within me today that I thought, you know what? I'm going to make lemonade out of my lemons today, and it's still going to be a great day. Don't care. My phone wasn't working earlier. I did an update and it froze. So I thought, I'm going to have to do everything on my laptop today. We'll see how that goes. But at least it's got a camera. So that would have been interesting to see how that works. Oh, we just started summer. Today's like 35 degrees. It's so hot outside. And, but I had a huge release because, like I said earlier, yes, please. Yes, whenever you're ready, whenever you feel you're ready, we'll organize a time for each of you next week, and we'll go from there. And keep we'll keep doing this, and then later at some point we'll do another one. I'll just give you another one as a thank you. So, just keep coming. See what comes up in the first one. Usually the Reiki sessions I do online will be once each month because you want time between each one to see how your energy is evolving. If you do it every week, sometimes not much changes. Sometimes lots changes, but sometimes not much at all. And what I discovered this week, I have a feeling, that my mum and my dad, they're thinking about me a lot. I'm their daughter. Even my daughter can't believe that they're not talking to me anymore. But my mother-in-law, up until today, 21. Oh, I wish I was there. 21 sounds good. I like 21. That's like my happy place. 21's the best. 21, 22, I'm good with that. Because I'd rather put on a jumper or something, keep warm. In the heat, I just can't cool down. It's like, ugh. And I'm going through menopause, so it's double ugh. It's like, ugh. I'm definitely melting inside and out. It's like, ugh. And so what's come through this week? Oh, no. Okay, I got it. It's freezing. No, you can keep it. Is it like snow weather? Is it snowing there? Yeah, I'm not too good with the other extreme either. I like the middle when it's 22, 23 degrees. It's nice. I'm comfortable. It's not, yeah. Ooh. I see. So, no, it's cold. It's cold. You can keep it. It's all right. I'm good. I'll be here with my air conditioner. No, thanks. So, what came up this week? Snow this weekend. Oh, how lovely. That is beautiful, because snow's white. It looks beautiful no matter what. And that's why I wanted to do the meditation to call in Mother Mary today. My mother-in-law, you know, since I went on my trip overseas and I saw my parents, and I came back and they stopped talking to me below freezing. She kept telling me to, it's cold here in Tennessee too. Oh, you poor darlings. It's winter over there, that's why. I'll swap you. You can have my 35 degrees. I'll sit in front of the fireplace. It's really stinky hot here today. I don't know if it's 35, but it feels like it. I can't stop. Ugh. But it's probably, like I said, because I'm going through menopause as well. It's probably hot on the inside as well as the outside being so hot. So it feels worse, you know. But apart from the heat, I'm all right. It hasn't really affected me all that much. I'm happy it's over. The girl part is over. I don't have to do that anymore. You know, that periods every month, all that stuff. I'm happy that's done, gone, finished. So, yeah. Good times. So something I learnt this week, and it's only just come up. My daughter helped me through this yesterday. She was trying to help me through it a few weeks ago, and I didn't realize I had gone into this energy. Oh, 5 Celsius. That doesn't sound good at all. -5. It's even no, thank you. I don't think we get that low here. I don't think we get under 0. I think the lowest we get is about 5, 6, 7 in winter, because it never snows here where we are. Not yet, anyway. No, and if so, we'll move up to Queensland where it's tropical weather if it starts doing that. I'm not good with the extreme cold either. It's like, So, what's been coming through this week is my thing is that for quite a while now, so from the first time I had contact with Jesus when he came back now, the last couple of years, is that he offered me the Sacred Heart. And the last few sessions I've done with them, when I've gone in to do my own sessions, because I don't call them healing, I don't know what to call them. They're just sessions where I sit with my spirit team, and sometimes I just sit with them. I just love being with them. I love being in that energy. You know, that's what we've been doing the last few weeks, calling them in so that you can be part of that energy. You can know for yourself what that feels like. Sometimes I just like doing that. And sometimes I go in and I do have a question, or they know I've got a question. And so I go in and I sit in with them to see what comes up. About 2 weeks ago, Jesus stepped forward and he said to me that I'm here to bring in Christ consciousness, the awareness of Christ consciousness into the world. That is my job, more than the books, or I know all that information's in there, but that is my task, my life purpose, to make people aware of Christ consciousness, that it's in all of us, you know. And he said that to me, and at the time it felt like a huge responsibility, you know. But the difference is, this time it's not just one man that it's given this whole responsibility, and it's all on his shoulders, that he is Christ and he is. There are many of us that have been entrusted with this. And what is it to bring in Christ consciousness? It's to remind everyone of the beautiful unconditional love that we are, that we can step into this beautiful unconditional love that we are. And I've been torn backwards and forwards in this last couple of weeks because my mum keeps coming in and out of my awareness. And my mother-in-law keeps telling me that I should keep sending them messages. When it's their birthday, say happy birthday. When it's whatever, you know, send them a message every few weeks to keep in touch, right? Even though they're not talking to me. The unconditional love. How beautiful. But every time I send a message, I feel this energy come back of them because they don't want to talk to me, you see? And so I feel like I'm going against their wishes, against, when someone doesn't want you in their life and you're pushing yourself on them, if you like, if you will. And so to me, I saw it as I failed because I'm their daughter and I let them down. I couldn't love them the way they felt they needed to be loved. In one sense, I felt I failed as a daughter, to the two people that mattered most, in my life. And then, I have to step back from that. And I said to my mother-in-law, we had a chat on the weekend, and it brought it up even more, And I was saying to her that every time I send them a message, every time I've apologized and I've asked, for them to forgive me for whatever mistakes I made, and they just don't want to budge. They don't want to forgive. And, I was saying to her, even though I don't want it to, and I'm trying to be unattached and send them messages, it hurts. Because I'm doing the best I can and I feel like I fail. And if I'm here to bring in Christ consciousness, how can I bring that in when the two people that I grew up with, I can't even give it to them? Yes. And so for me, what I was trying to explain to my mother-in-law, and she finally gave me permission to let go, was that every time I send them a message, I am putting my energy into that. And every time I receive their energy of, we don't want to hear from you, we don't want anything to do with you, it lowers my vibration. And I've been put here to raise the vibration. I said to her, and I can't do that if I don't let go. And it was this morning that I woke up. I had a huge conversation with my daughter yesterday. And she showed me the way. My daughter, she's only 12. I'm always going to her for advice. It's just, should be the other way around. But anyway, this 12-year-old told me yesterday that I have to let it go because I can't change, and it's not my job to change. It's not my job to fix any of it. That's their journey. It's their experience that they came to have. And just because I let go doesn't mean that I don't love them. And that was the information that I needed. To allow them to have their experience, to hand them over to God. God has them. He has them better than I ever will. And to just allow them to have the experience they came to have. But I need to take my energy out of that, stop putting my energy into something that can't be changed. It's not meant to be changed. Yes. Yes, I knew from quite young, I knew that she was next level, if you like. Yes, the forgiveness is for me. It is. So it was just such a beautiful moment this morning when my mother-in-law said, "Oh, I understand." She said, "Because I love receiving messages from you all the time. I can't imagine what it's like for them if they don't get any." And I said to her, "Really?" I said, "Now if I don't have to write to them, I can write to you twice as much and you enjoy them." So, we had this beautiful moment today, and she even drove all the way over here this morning to come and give me a hug, and we'd have this moment. But I was off doing piano lessons and I missed seeing my mother-in-law, But she was there for me the whole time. When I went overseas to be with my mum and dad, and I spent the whole 2 weeks apologizing and trying to explain to them that I love them and I just want to move forward from here. I can't change what's happened. I was just a kid going through my own experiences. But anyway, it's just the way it's meant to be. And perhaps, for a while there, I also felt that perhaps they were taken out of the picture so that I could focus on what I am meant to be doing here. That's their path, and to leave them be. Same as my cousin I was so close to. We haven't talked for years as well. And same, she's got her own experience and she's going through her own, whatever her soul came here to experience. And I'm not part of that because I'm here for a different purpose, you know? So I have to learn to accept that this is where my energy needs to be now, you know, in raising the vibration. Because it is in returning to the love that we are that we can easily communicate with our beautiful spirit guides. We can easily communicate with our loved ones that are on the other side. When we come here, before we come here, we are of the highest frequency. We are the same frequency as our beautiful spirit guides, the same frequency. Go their own way. I know. For me, it was very hard because it is my parents, you know. When it's others, like my cousin wasn't, we were almost like sisters. I would have thought we were closer than just cousins, you know. She was the sister I never had, because even though I had a sister, we were never close. But parents, there's like, maybe it was a conditioning, you know, that we have to love our parents, that we have to make them happy, that we have to, there's a conditioning, there's an old belief in place that I've only just been able to let go of, you know, that just because I let them go to have their experience doesn't mean that I don't love them. You know, like I said to my mother-in-law, my door's always open. If they call at any time, if they send a message at any time, I will respond. You know, it's not a, oh, you know, that's so funny. That's so funny you brought that up. I've done that. We did the soul contracts. We did all that. And in the last, I think, 2-3 days, I keep seeing myself, every time she comes into my awareness, I keep seeing myself in their house where they are in South America, and I hug them. I hug my mum and I hold her for a moment and I tell her, I love you, you know. I love you. I've always loved you. And then I'll go and I'll stand in front of my dad and I'll give him a huge hug and I'll say to him, I love you, Dad. I've always loved you. You know, and I just hold them. And in that moment, even though it's me now and them now, but I hold them and I just tell them I love them. Because I have a feeling every time they come into my awareness is that they're thinking of me. They're talking about me. I am in their field. And so they appear in mine, you know. And for me, the way I've been able to make peace with it is that every time, especially my mum, when she comes in, I just give her a hug. I love you. That's all I ever wanted, is for her to know that I love her. And that was the other thing that came through. That was so, so beautiful yesterday that helped me with the release. I went in to do the session and I called in my team. This was the last session that I've had yesterday morning. And yeah, well, you know, it's who she is. That is who she is. And yeah, same. It sounds very much like my mum. But that's who they are. You know, we didn't come here to change them or to fix them, or it's just who they are. The beautiful session I had yesterday, I was standing there, and I was standing there like that with my hands on my heart. Me, my real person, with my eyes closed and my beautiful angels around me. And I said, I looked up. I don't know why I looked up like that. And I said, what am I missing? And in that moment that I said, what am I missing to let this go? You know, like to move forward. I look up and there's a beautiful hand of God that appears when God is present. I mean, he's always present. But usually he talks to me through the angels around me, or through Mother Mary, or through Jesus. Very, very little does he speak directly, you know. Or maybe I use them instead of him. I should go to him more often. But in that moment, I'm like this and I'm looking up at, you know, this beautiful golden hand. And I'm like, what am I missing? And then God says to me, remember who you are. Remember who you are, God said. And in that moment, I had the moment of clarity. And I said, I am yours. And that was it. In that moment I understood, I am here to serve. I am here to do this work. Yes, my mother gave birth to me, but I am not hers. I am God's. I belong to Spirit. And this is what I came for. And in that moment I was able to release. Yeah, just beautiful. When you, just in that moment, you know, I still get like the goosebumps all over, just thinking that I didn't even have to think when he said, remember who you are. And I said, I am yours. Of course. This is what I'm here for. Not for that. Not to be putting my energy into something that has no, there's no, you know, no way forward. It's a dead end. I'm putting my energy into something it's not meant to be there. It's meant to be here, on this path. Guiding the people, you know, that want to remember the beautiful love that they are. That want to remember the unconditional love they came here to be. That want to remember the light inside of them. That this is who they are. Now, my beautiful beings, did you want to do a meditation and we call in Mother Mary, that we may be present with the beautiful unconditional love of a mother? Or is there another being that you would like present today in the meditation? Or do you want to call in your own? It doesn't matter. You let me know. How's everyone feeling today? Whoever you want. Let's bring everyone to the party. Let's bring them all in. Okay, if you're not comfortable with Mother Mary, you bring in whoever you want. Today, you know, from what I experienced in the last couple of days, it feels like it's a maternal love that wants to come in. You know, this beautiful love that gives life. It creates a beautiful life and then gives this beautiful unconditional love. Can you imagine being the mother of Jesus and having lived that life? Watching your son go through everything he had to go through. Accept. It seems like my problems are not so important anymore. You know? When I look at my relationship with my parents and I think, wow. And on a soul level, she chose and she knew that that is what she would have to go through. She would have to give up her only son. What a beautiful sacrifice. All right, my beautiful beings. So let's get ready. I got my mic on. Let me know if I start to fade out, because occasionally I open up my eyes to see if anyone's typing. So here we go. Take a deep breath in. As you do, close your eyes. Exhale as you let go. Release the day. Let go of everything. Let it all go. It's done. Another deep breath in. As you breathe in this time, know that there is nowhere to be. There is nothing to do but to be here, present, in this moment in time. Another deep breath in. And relax. Now we're going to get grounded, because we are going to be working with these beautiful spiritual beings. Imagine your feet like roots of a tree going deep down into the center of the earth now. breathe in the beautiful earth energy through those roots, all the way up into your feet, up, 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 up through your body, out through your head. And again, breathing in that beautiful earth energy, in through your roots, up through your feet, up, 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 up through your body, and out through the top of your head. Remember, your beautiful energy cannot be contained. It does not have a lid. It does not have a bottom. It does not have any walls. It is boundless, eternal, infinite. We're going to breathe in one more time, this beautiful earth energy in through our feet, up through our roots, up, 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 up through your body. Breathe it in deep now. Beautiful earth energy coming through, up, 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 and out through the top of your head. Let's sit for a moment with this beautiful earth energy inside of us. Breathe in deeply as it sits inside, reminding you of how supported you are in this world. The sun gives you light and it gives you its warmth. The trees give you the oxygen to breathe. Think of all the beautiful things that you have in this world to nourish this beautiful body. If you haven't closed your eyes yet, you can close them now. You don't need them open for what you are going to experience. When you are ready, we're going to open up our crowns and we're going to invite in the beautiful universal life force energy. In through your head, breathe it in now, breathe it in deep. Watch as it comes down through your body, down, 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 and out through your feet, back into the earth. And again, breathing in the beautiful life force energy, in through your crown, down through your body, down, 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 and out through your feet, back into the earth. One more time, we're going to breathe in this beautiful life force energy. And this time, as it comes through, watch as it lights up every cell in your body with the divine white healing light of God. Breathe that in slowly now. Awakening, rejuvenating, reminding every cell of what it truly is. Spirit. This beautiful energy is coming down now, slowly through, as it lights up every cell. Down, down, down through your body, and out through your feet. Let's sit with this beautiful energy right now. Feel as every cell in your body dances and rejoices, remembering the light within, remembering that it is spirit, that it is all spirit, And that spirit is all there is. If you like, you may substitute this word for love. Every cell in your body is remembering the love that it is. Unconditional, unwavering love. Love without conditions. We come here to earth to have this human experience, to know what it is to have love with conditions. But you are unconditional love. You don't need anything to be this love. You don't need to do anything to have this love. This love is who you are. Sit with this for a moment. Breathe that in. Breathe it in deeply, that every cell in your body remembers. This is the love I am. Now, if you are ready, we're going to call in Archangel Michael. We're going to ask Archangel Michael, please stand in front of us. If you are comfortable to do so, you may give Archangel Michael a huge, huge hug. Let him wrap his beautiful wings around you. And feel the unconditional love that is pouring out from Archangel Michael's heart and into your heart. Feel your heart expand. Okay, when you are ready, we're going to call in Archangel Gabriel. We're going to ask Archangel Gabriel to stand to our right. When you are ready, you may turn and face Archangel Gabriel. Give him a huge, huge hug, if you are comfortable to do so. And feel the beautiful unconditional love pouring in from Gabriel's heart and into yours. Thank you, Gabriel, for being here. When you are ready, we invite Archangel Rafail to come in. Please stand to our right, Rafail. And when you are ready, you may turn to face Archangel Rafail. Give him a huge, huge hug. Thank you for being here, Rafail. Feel the beautiful healing light pouring in from Rafael's heart and into yours. Filling every cell in your body with this knowing that healing is your birthright. You have the power to heal. Every cell in your body has the information within itself to heal. Allow this to pour into you now as Rafail wraps his wings around you. When you are ready, we're going to call in Archangel Uriel to stand to our right. And when you are ready, you may turn to face Uriel. If you are comfortable to do so, give her a huge hug. Thank you, Uriel, for being here. Allow Uriel to wrap her beautiful wings around you. Feel the information pouring in from Uriel's heart, filling all your cells with the wisdom of the universe, reminding your cells that they have all the information they need contained within them. Breathe that in now as Uriel wraps her beautiful wings around you. Now, we ask that Archangel Metatron be present. We thank you, Metatron, for being with us today. In this moment, we ask that Mother Mary come be with us. We turn to face Archangel Michael again, and we ask Mother Mary to stand directly in front of us. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, hold hands now and create a beautiful circle of protection for us. If you are comfortable to do so, you may hold Mother Mary's hands. Look deeply into her eyes. Feel within your heart the unconditional love of a mother that Mother Mary has for you and for everyone on earth. She sacrificed her only son That's how much she loves us. We are all her children. Feel the unconditional love in her heart for you now. And in this moment, you may ask Mother Mary for anything that is in your heart right now, anything you want to ask for. if you feel happy to do so, you may give Mother Mary a huge hug. Thank you, Mother Mary, for being with us today. We love you dearly. Is there anything you would like to say to Mother Mary in this moment? If you are happy to accept, Mother Mary would like to kiss you on your forehead before saying goodbye. She blesses you and she admires you for the work you do in the world. She wants you to know that you are a blessing unto others. That you are special, you are important to God. And that you may call upon her at any time that you feel you need guidance or assistance with anything. She is with you always. Thank you, Mother Mary. Thank you, beautiful team, for being here. We love you all. We love you, Michael. We love you, Mary. We love you, Gabriel. We love you, Rafail. We love you, Uriel. We love you, Metatron. We love you, Spirit. We love you, God. And we give you thanks for this beautiful life we've been given. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this life. We are blessed. All right, my beautiful beings. When you are ready, you may slowly start to open your eyes. So how was that for you? Did you receive any beautiful messages? How did you feel being in the presence of Mother Mary? Have you been with her before? Is this the first time? There's a softness about Mother Mary. I don't know what it is, this gentleness. It's a very different energy to the energy I feel when I call in Jesus. Or any of the other angels, actually. They each have their own sort of energy. I don't know what it is about them. Yes, there is something. Oh, isn't she? I did the same. I tried today not to, yep. Soft motherly love, yes. tender. There's a tenderness about her as well. Next week, if you guys are interested, I'll bring in Jesus and you can witness the difference in energy. It's a very different energy. So, but hers is very soft. It's very gentle. She's beautiful. Very beautiful. I did the same. I think the first time she came in for me, I think I cried for like an hour after. I just couldn't stop crying. I was like, ah, because it was like all this motherly love that I'd yearned for so long. Yes, it's such a beautiful space. That's why I love being in this space with the angels when I call them in. The peace and the love that you feel is it's quite blissful. It's a different experience to everything else I experience in this world. I think it's the closest to bliss I've ever been. In this world, anyway. Peace and love. It's really beautiful. Overwhelming. Yes, I find maybe that's what happened with me. See, she comes in. When Mary comes in, there's this beautiful softness about her. Almost like, you know what? Like observing a rose blossom. There's that slow gentleness about it. And then there's that gorgeous fragrance. I think that's why so many times with Mother Mary, we think of roses. Because she is almost like observing a rose blossom. You know that tenderness of a rose when it opens and that gorgeous scent. Yes, and Jesus just comes in and you just get love bombed. You're just blasted. Jesus is totally different. It's almost like, undescribable. But beautiful in its own way. Different sort of tears. When Jesus comes through. You'll notice when I call in Metatron, I don't give him a position. I don't know where he sits when he comes in to be with you, so I kind of let you guys organize where you want to put him. Usually for me, Metatron hovers above. He's always done that. I don't know why, but it's almost like he supervises the whole thing. So he has never, I can't say never. He doesn't usually come in to be around me in this space. He's always on top, like this huge cloud, but just there, just on top. I can almost touch him if I go up, you know. That's Metatron. And he was I almost said he never comes down because he was the first one that ever came into my energetic body when I was doing a Reiki session one time. And that was, I think, the closest to bliss I've ever felt, like the most blissful I blissed out that day. It was so bad. Oh no, the time Metatron took me up to be in the 0.1s from the Bible. Yes, I've heard that. Some people have said that. Very loving energy. Yes. Yeah. But they're all beautiful energies. They're kind of different. They feel different, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see next week. If you guys are interested, we'll bring in Jesus and see. And he may have messages for you guys, you know, maybe different to Mother Mary. He may have messages for you. I'll see what he brings in when he comes in. I don't know. It's you know, what happens on the day at that moment, in that moment. What they say or what comes up, it just happens as we call them in. I can't sort of anticipate. When I first started doing the Reiki sessions, I was blown away because I would go in and I did a session. I'm trying to think of who the first person was that I did one. And then they said yes to having a session the next week. And I went in the next week to do the session on the same person at the same time. And the session was completely different. So I was like, wait a minute, but it's the same person. How much could have changed in 1 week, right? I was sitting there going, wait a minute, what's going on? It's the same person. And then I went in the third week because I ended up having quite a few weeks with that same person every Friday at the same time. It was like 8 in the morning here. And every time something different happened, and I would be like, something new information would come up. And I would be blown away because I'm thinking, but it's the same person. So, we evolve. Each week we're evolving, we're changing, we're growing, The other thing I learned was as you do evolve, it's not a straight ladder going up. It's like a spiral. And what happens is we get to see the same events as we're going up in the spiral. And it's not that we haven't, how do you call it? It's not that you haven't learnt from that lesson or that lesson's repeating, I guess is the word I'm after. But as we evolve and we become more spiritually aware and more things come out of our system, we release more things. When we come to look at the same event again, we're looking at it with different eyes. We're not looking at it the same because our frequencies change as we go up. As we let go of things that are creating density within our system. The lower vibrations like guilt and shame and all those lower vibrating emotions, they create density in our system. And they're part of the human experience. They're not right or wrong, or it's part of our experience that we came to have here. But as you release those things, as you become more spiritually aware that you are spirit in human form and what's going on, starting to step out of the matrix, so to speak, you come back to look at the same situations and you realize, oh, it looks so different now. Almost like, what it's like? When you lived in a house when you were little, or you went to a school when you were little, and you go back to that house or that school when you're a grown-up, and all of a sudden it looks different. When you're little, everything looks huge. And you go back as an adult and you think, oh, it wasn't as big as I remember that, So when you become spiritually evolved and as you're going up the spiral and you're releasing all the stuff, that no longer serves you, and you look at the events, they look so different, That's the magic of it, the beauty of evolving, of being spiritually aware, I just feel as things are released, there's more and more magic happening, there's more to look forward to, as you let go of the lower densities that no longer serve you. So, my beautiful beings, oh, I didn't think of it that way. Hang on, I'm reading now because there are a few coming in at the same time. The image that God shows to you as a hand was actually the most profound description I've heard of God. As a hand, us being the fingers, different yet part of the same hand. I don't know why he shows up as a golden hand. I might have to ask him in a meditation, dude, what's up with the hand? It could be, as I think of it now, I see Mother Mary the way I see her because of Catholic Church. Thousands upon thousands of images of her in statues and pictures and, in all the years I was at church. The same with Jesus. And so they showed up as that. But God, we didn't have an image for God. Like we were painted an image of what he looked like. And to be honest, that image looks a lot like Santa Claus. Apart from the red suit, old man with a grey beard, with glasses, like I had the whole picture. When I think of it now, he looked like Santa Claus, but without the red suit. That's how I used to see him. I know, as a little one. This old man in the sky on this throne waiting for us to go up there, and you were a naughty girl or whatever. So to an extent, he was like Santa Claus, because Santa Claus always, you're a good girl, you're a bad girl, I'm going to give you good toys, I'm going to give you coal in your stocking or whatever. But I didn't quite have an image. So the first time what's with the hand, dude? I know. I always talk to them like with the word dude and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, because they know me, they know my silly sense of humor. But the first time I saw God, I knew I didn't even need to have an image. When Metatron left me in that space, I didn't have to have anything because I knew I could feel the energy. And I was completely zonked that afternoon. I spent like an hour lying there after I finished that session. And that was the session that Rafail did on me. I wasn't even doing one on myself. He was doing the Reiki session on me. And the next thing I know, Metatron's taking me past all these galaxies. He grabbed my, offered me his hand, and I said, yeah, okay, let's go. And off we went. And we traveled past this galaxy we went on forever. And then there was nothing. There was this nothingness. And in the nothingness, Metatron looks at me, smiles, and he just leaves. And I'm like, okay, thanks. But then I looked over and I see this golden hand. And I knew, as soon as I saw that, I knew exactly where I was, because there was nothing but this beautiful golden hand. And as I walked towards it, the energy emanating from it, like in my physical body where I was lying here on earth, I just felt so bombarded, And I don't know why, but I felt like it was an invitation, because it was an open hand like that. And somehow I walked towards it, and I went and I stood inside it. And I was so comfortable, I actually lay down, and it was like that. So that's me, and that's God's hand. It's almost like wrapping around. And I lay there for a while until I fell asleep. And then I woke up. And when I woke up, I was so zonked by this energy that had come through that I couldn't get up. My legs were jelly. And I wasn't lying in an uncomfortable position. I was very comfortable. And I wasn't lying down in a position that I would fall asleep, because I know not to do that when I'm doing Reiki, because I didn't want to fall asleep. But then I got up and I couldn't get up. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? My body's not working, right? And this was the first time ever, and the only time I've been through that. And it took about an hour. I had to go for a walk. And the whole walk, my legs were like jelly. I'm like, oh my God, did I just leave my body behind, that now I'm trying to get back into it and it's just not working? I didn't know what was going on. But it took about an hour after I woke up to go and try and do this walk and try and get back. And I told my friend after, and she said, oh yeah, that happens. That it had happened to her as well, my friend in New Zealand. And she's a medium, and she'd been there to the 0 point. She didn't see a hand. For her, it was a different thing, but just being in that presence, and there's like no words, the peace that you feel inside, and the bliss and the joy, and like everything at once. It's like this high frequency that you just can't explain it with words. I know when I stepped into the hand again, I started crying. I cry all the time. It's like I'm leaking. I say to my daughter, I'm leaking again. Don't look, because she just rolls her eyes at me now because she's 12. She's like, oh, Mum's crying again. See, she's so used to it. But I just get overwhelmed easily when there's high frequencies or high vibrations of love, and I can't help it. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with the hand. Why it showed up like that. It must have some significance to me, because like to my friend, it didn't show up as a hand. She experienced it completely different. And why golden? I don't know either. It kind of reminds me of those two hands on the Sistine Chapel. The God and Adam? I'm not sure. Might be something in it. I'm not sure what it is. But yeah. What's with the hand, dude? That's so funny. When I used to be so like, around them and try not to say the wrong words, and we ended up high-fiving and being dudes and all this sort of stuff. It's really funny. But they are, yeah, they're wonderful. They don't judge us. That's the other thing. They already know who you are. These beautiful angels, God, the spirit team, all of it. They already know who you are. They already know your sense of humor. Even if you swear at them, they already know. It's not like you've done it and they've never heard you swear before, or they've never heard you, the way you actually are. They don't care. They know what's in your heart. They know who you are there. They know who you truly are. They don't care about the rest of it. A hand to us, it could be. Yes. It could be. I'm not sure. It was just a hand. There was nothing else. Maybe he didn't want anything else getting in the way. He didn't want me to think of him as a him or a her, or, give it any reference. The hand is just the hand, I guess. That could be the other thing too, you know. Like a tree is a tree. You don't think of a tree as it's a feminine or masculine or anything. It's a tree. Yes, I think so. I think so. So, he does. Because otherwise, where do we get it from? You know, we are from spirit. We must get it from him. So, he does. I know there's been times where things have happened and I think, oh my God, you know, are you making fun of me? You know? Just things that happen. You know he's got a sense of humour. He's lovely. He, she. I'm just used to calling him he from church, that's all. But he's not a he or a she, he's a hand. And what do you call a hand? You know? We start calling it, what was it? Thing. Remember from the Addams Family? We'll start calling God Thing. I think that's what the hand was called. Thing or it? No, Cousin It was the hairy thing. I think it was Thing. That was the hand. So, yeah. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much for today. I had the funniest start to the day with everything going wrong, but this was a lovely session. I enjoyed our time with Mother Mary, and I hope you did too. She has a way of softening a heart. That's the other thing I find too. You know, especially for people whose hearts are hardened. Yes. She has a way of touching even the hardest heart. She's beautiful. We shake hands, yes. Yeah, I know, right? Who knows? Who knows the significance of the hand? And look, to me what was important was the energy that came through. I was blasted, so not plastered, but blasted with a B. So I knew. All right, my beautiful beings, I love you dearly, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. Thank you for being here. Remember to send me an email, send me a picture so I've got a clear image of you, and let me know the days and times that suit you in your, wherever you are. So you'll need to put, what were all the places you guys were at? Hang on. Oh, let's see if I can look up here. So I need to go, no, it's that one. No, I messed it up. Never mind. Yeah, I'll find it there later in the chat. But if you can just let me know, Wonder Night, yes, let me know where you are in the world exactly so I can work out the timing, and then we'll work out when we can hook up so that you can be fully present when I open up the session for you. So we're both there at the same time, yeah? And see what comes through for you at the time. And I'll let you know what comes through on my side. And then there's a special way that we communicate after that. I'll let you know. And there's a reason I do it this way. You'll see why later. All right, my beautiful beings. I love you dearly. Namaste to you too. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye for now. See you. Thank you. Whoops, where's the button? I think it's there. Okay.